Hello guys, what's up? This is Mortaza and welcome to the second episode of this HTML training tutorial here at A Coder's Journey. In this episode, I want to get into more details about the different elements that we previously saw in the last episode. So I have created a new HTML file. It is called episode 2, and here in my browser, which I will show you, I will see the output. I will show you the output. So in the last episode, I told you that the first element in an HTML document is the doc type, and the doc type kind of indicates the type of this document, and it helps browsers to show this document much more effectively and correctly. So remember, we need to declare the doc type, and for HTML documents, the doc type is always HTML. And you also remember that you need to put in this doc type element only once, and then the first element that we put in an HTML document is the HTML tag, and the closing tag, and everything that you need to put into this HTML file goes between these HTML tag. And the first thing that we had was the head tag, and then we had the title tag, right? And we said that title tag can have a content. We said this is the page title, and then after the head we declared the body. The body is all about the things you want to show in the output. So now we can have headings from heading 1 all the way to heading 6. So I can say this is a heading 1 content. Heading 1 means the most important heading, and then you've got heading 2, you've got heading 3 all the way to heading 6. So here we've got heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, 5, and 6. And then again, we need to have the closing tags accordingly. And then I can say, okay, these are the different headings. And another thing which I want to talk about is the paragraph. We, talked about paragraphs, and we said paragraphs can have contents. This is a paragraph content. Now this, helps us to put in text that we want to show as a paragraph, and we can also have anchor tags. Anchor tags help us, render links. So for example, for anchor tag, two very important, things we need to do is to just first set the attribute. This is called the attribute. We will talk about these as we go along. Some elements can have attributes. href attribute refers to the address that you want to navigate to when you click on that link. For example, I can navigate to google.com. And then for the anchor tag, we also need a content. This is the text that is going to get rendered in the browser. For example, I can say click here to go to google.com, right? And let me save this file. I'm gonna save it, or I can also have autosave if I'm not. Yes, autosave is on, and then I go into my browser and I refresh. This is actually not this episode 2 file, so let me pause the video and open the episode 2 HTML file here. Now this is the file. As you can see, we've got different headings from heading 1 all the way to heading 6. This is the paragraph, and this is the link that I produced. And if I click here, I will be redirected to google.com. And of course, I need to go here and I can say HTTPS, and I'm gonna save. Even though autosave is on, I'm gonna refresh. And then if I click, I will go to google.com. So as I told you before, you can view the page source. This is exactly what we had in VS Code, And I just want to point out that you can put in this, file, you can put the content of this file into Notepad. You can create HTML files using Notepad. But when it comes to choosing an editor, like for example VS Code, because of the IntelliSense and color coding and highlighting and every little feature that it offers, creating HTML files will be much easier. So that is why we choose and we use an editor. But remember that you can create your HTML files using a simple editor like Notepad. You just need to put in this content into a Notepad file and save that file using the HTML extension, and then you can open that file. So let me talk about one more element, and then we will close this video and move on to the next video. I just want to tell you about the image element. Image, or IMG, helps us to show an image. So for the SRC or source, you need to put in the address of the image. I happen to have a file next to this episode 2 HTML called screenshot.png. You saw as I typed S on my keyboard, Visual Studio Code helped me to kind of complete this tag, and then I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna save the file, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna refresh, and here is the image that I wanted to show. And of course there are different attributes. This is an attribute. For image we've got SRC. For the anchor tag we've got href. For image we can also say alt, and this is an alt text, and I'm gonna save. I'm gonna refresh, and the alt tag helps us to for example, suppose if here I say screenshot 2, the file doesn't exist, and I refresh, the file doesn't exist, but the alt text or alternative text is going to show up. So this attribute helps us to show a text if the image cannot be loaded or cannot be found. This is very important for SEO optimization for websites. So it is usually recommended to set this attribute. And another attribute that we can set is height. For example, we can say we want the height to be 200 and the width to be 200. I'm gonna save, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna refresh, and of course I need to change this back to screenshot PNG, and then I'm gonna refresh, and I can resize my image like this. So with HTML you can kind of declare the content of your HTML file. You can put in the different elements that you want to see in the output, and the browser will be responsible for rendering that output for you, as you can see here. So these are the elements I wanted to talk about in this episode, and stay around for my upcoming videos. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to this channel and share this video with a friend who is learning how to code in HTML, and also activate that notification bell so that you do not miss out on my episode, on my new videos. Whenever I release a new video, you will get notified, and this will help you to watch my videos effortlessly. Thank you so much. Catch you later till the next episode. Bye bye.